Good Monday evening, everybody. Magical Monday once again. Dirt Slingers Racing League Monday Night Thunder. Rock and K Logistic Big Block Modifieds getting things kicked off. Round number 5. Lucas Oil Speedway. The Diamond of Dirt Tracks, Wheatland, Missouri. Got about 16 at the moment. We're expecting a couple of more to get checked in here, so we're probably going to have somewhere in the neighborhood of 18 drivers. This is about right for this series, 16 to 18. They have been putting on fantastic shows, and we expect nothing less tonight. Some of the best in the business getting at it. Right here with our Big Block Modifieds presented by School of Sim Racing, Dirt Racing Network. 2 shows for you again tonight. This big block crew right here, and then there we'll get a little break in between that. And your Justin Jim Steakhouse 360 wing sprint cars coming at you round 5. I just posted that stuff and I forgot where they're headed to. Well, it escapes me, but it'll come to me eventually. Either way, have you been with us so far last night? Couple of great races. Got to see the mini stocks on the pavement. Turned around and watched a big 410 show in the wing sprint car division from Weed Sport as the Pro Series guys got a little competitive practice under their belts. Some of those guys will be there tonight in that pro race, trying to score enough points to become a world champion. Tell you about the rest of the week tomorrow night. ERA and their pavement late model stock car series. That's an 8:30 Eastern start. Ooh, Garrett, boy, that's not going to be good on equipment, sir. That's an 8:30 Eastern start. Wednesday night, Midwest Truck Series. They go to USA Speedway. That I know for sure. Just got done talking to some of the drivers who were in a practice session, and they were really feeling pretty good about that truck there on that 0.6 of a mile paperclip oval. Thursday night, well, we'll be back at it with Red Driver Mighty Midgets. They are in round number 6 of their season this Thursday night, and that's a doubleheader, 2 shows from them. So make sure tonight you shout out in the chat, say hi, let us know where you're watching from. If you got a favorite driver, make sure you put their name in the chat. If you're on Facebook and this is your first time with us, like, share, and follow. We love it when people do that. If you're on YouTube, Twitch, or Trovo, hit the subscribe button. You'll know every time we go live. 5 nights a week currently. We're getting down to it about 2 minutes. I have not seen any. I've seen one new driver. Buddy Ware does make it to the server. He had let everybody know he's going to be running a little late, but he makes it in. We're going to see if we get that 18th driver, and we may or may not. We have had 4 rounds in this series this season. We have had 4 different feature winners. The parity in the league is amazing. I do not see Kurt Nye. That is one driver that I thought for sure would be here. He has a win in the series, but I do not see him tonight. So, several new faces. Sean Grimes, Tyler Knopf, Giovanni Mungan among those. And then all the old familiar faces. The Westfalls, the Ostendorfs, the Boyds, Cadillac Man Hanley, all in attendance. And somebody coming out of retirement, I thought maybe he was buried under a pile of car parts. I'm not sure, but Tim Nichols in the house this evening in the 131 car. Going to be a fun one for sure. Like I said, these guys put on a magnificent show every week. I think in the first 4 races, they have a total of 9 cautions. And they had one bad night where they had 4 or 5 in the same race. I think that was over at Fairbury. That place tough enough. Going to get down to it. These guys will get out here for qualifying. 2 laps each. We'll watch as many of them as we can, and then they will break it up into a couple of heat races. Once those heat races are over, 40 laps for the feature. We'll see if we can go 5 for 5, or will we have a repeat, a 2-time winner in the series at the halfway point. It would be amazing to have 5 different winners in the first 5 races. All right, practice is over. Time for qualifying. We'll watch as many of them as we can. We know Mr. Boyd was quick in that warm-up session, so he'll be one of the cars we try to keep an eye on. We're going to keep an eye also on Anthony Morano, Dylan Wirtz, if we can keep up with all that. Drivers heading out. Tyler Knopf, new driver to the series, rolling out. Garrett Boyd now on track, so is Anthony Morano. So we'll be able to keep an eye on these two. Boyd's going to keep it rolling around the bottom, and man, he was really patient waiting on that car to settle so he could really get that throttle down. Cross the line. Quickest in qualifying right now, 14.86. Morano just a tick off of that. Schmutz jumps to 4th. Keppel up to 2nd. Keppel keeping it wound up on the top side. He was less than a 10th off of Boyd's time. Ostendorf is right up there. We're going to watch DeWert, but we can't find it. Patrick Cobb, first lap. Just over half a 10th off of Boyd. For second time around, slows it down a little bit. Michael Farmer now out here. Still looking for Dylan DeWert to get out there. They have a short window to get their times in. Only a couple of minutes in qualifying to get their laps in. They don't want to sit. Here comes Dylan DeWert finally making his way onto the raceway. Buddy Ware hasn't made a qualifying effort. I think he missed a driver's meeting. He may be null from making a qualifying effort. So DeWert, kind of a similar line to what we saw Boyd run, and Boyd's the quickest, 14.86. There's bonus points up there. Oh, and he didn't get there. Dylan DeWert looked like he was going to be on a pretty good one. He did not get there. Time ran out in the session before he could do it. So, quick qualifier for the evening. Garrett Boyd. So we'll get ready to look at our starting lineups for our first heat. We're going to have 3 heats, it looks like. 6, 6, and 5. Very good. It's good to spread them out like that. Be Tyler Knopf, new driver in the series in the 41 car. He will be on our pole. Anthony Morano in the 32. Not a great qualifying effort for a guy that's already got a win in the series and is a former champion of this series. But he'll start front row outside. He'll have Tom Ostendorf on the inside of row number 2 and the other 32 car. Somehow we always seem to get the 2 32s in the same race. And then your quick qualifier, Garrett Boyd. Row number 2 to the outside. And the 131 of Tim Nichols. Making up the back of the field, Dylan DeWert in the 20 will be alongside Tim Nichols. So it's 8 laps. Everybody will transfer through. This is going to decide the starting order for tonight's 40-lap A main. I'm glad that we split it into 3 heats because that will kind of do a snake split on our feature starting spots. Pace truck will get out of the way. They will maintain pace speed till we get around to the middle of turns 3 and 4. And then rookie in the series, his first night. Tyler Knopf ready to get us going. Good start for Knopf. Green flag in the air. Cars off the top. I'm not sure what happened there. Dylan DeWert, and he's going to go straight to the work area. I'm not sure what happened with him. I saw some contact. Knopf's got the lead. Morano up to second. Ostendorf on the top side falls to third. Boyd still fourth. Nichols is fifth. We're going to go back and watch this group at the front because there's not a lot of space between them. Big run up top. Ostendorf went way wide. He's going to lose some momentum. He's going to give up a spot because Garrett Boyd got the door shut with the cut down line from Morano. That almost turned into a big deal right there. Oh, Boyd clips the tire. That'll slow him down a lot. He's going to lose a spot also. Goes right back to the bottom. Ostendorf got by. Morano still second on the hunt, getting some good runs out of the bottom of turn number 2. He's going to pull alongside Tyler Knopf. Three to go that time, and the battle for the lead is side by side coming out of 2. Way to the cushion in 3 and 4 goes Knopf. Morano right around the inside. You couldn't run too much further apart through the corners than they did right there. But they came out equal. Big blink out of Morano. I don't know what happened to him. He's back now. White flag coming out this time. Who's going to have the lead when we come back around? That time it was Knopf by a skosh. Down the backstretch. Man. Equal lines going through the corners. I think this time Morano's got the deal sealed. Morano grabs it by half a car. Knopf second. Ostendorf, Boyd, and then Nichols. DeWert with an early exit, lap 1, turn 1, and he took the car straight to the work area. So first heat in the books. Second heat about to grid out on the front stretch. Let's take a look at how they're going to line up. It's going to be the 54. Flying Buckeye, Matt Westphal on the pole, and then Jacob Schmutz, the 1J to his outside. The Cadillac man, Kevin Hanley, in the 110, row 2 to the inside, next to the 02 of Patrick Cobb, your second quick qualifier. He'll pick up 2 bonus points for being second quickest in qualifying. Michael Farmer, newcomer to the series, 98 car, row 3 to the inside, and he's got an old-time vet, the 49 of Buddy Ware, on his outside for this second heat. There goes Buddy. Buddy's got a 17 on that car. 49 everywhere except on the side of the race car. So we got to get him changed up. I keep saying that every week. New graphic for the 17 car next week. All right, show them where the start line is. We'll bunch them right back up. We'll get them ready to go. More heavy hitters. This whole field is full of heavy hitters. There's nobody in here that is just a slouch at all. Oh, hell, Tim, it could have been worse. You got to knock the rust off somewhere. Got to get back out there and do it again for 40 laps here in a minute, buddy. Out of turn number 4. Westphal's on the hammer. Good start from Matt Westphal. He is going to clear Jacob Schmutz quickly. Hanley will stay side by side with Schmutz getting down through 1 and 2. Out of 4, it's going to be close to the line, but Hanley had second behind Westphal. And Schmutz still fighting on the high side. A little contact behind between Ware and Cobb. They sorted out. Everybody stays facing forward. Westphal through the middle, goes to the high side down the straightaway. Middle in 1 and 2. He'll go out wide in the exit of 2 down the backstretch. Kevin Hanley using the bottom. He saw something in the first heat race. He saw Morano do it down there, and I'm pretty sure that's what he wants to run, is right there in that same line. That time misses the entry to 1 and 2, and Westphal is able to keep the momentum up. Man, a great battle at the front. All three cars right there, side by side. Can't ask for better racing than this. If this isn't exciting to you, I'm not sure you're a race fan at all. Hanley surges ahead by about 2 feet, getting into 3 and 4. There comes Westfall with a big head of steam out of 4, and he goes right back by at the line. Laps ticking off, and the battle is side by side. It's been side by side since we dropped the green flag, basically. Here we go again out of 4. This time Hanley looks like he'll have about 2 feet again. Westfall off the top side. That time a big slip at the top of turn 2 for Matt Westfall. Hanley now all by himself out front. Westfall battling side by side with Schmutz. White flag coming out. Schmutz thought about the slider, couldn't get it there. That may give Westfall the opportunity to do the cut under. He's going to get down into 3 and 4 on the bottom. They're 3 wide. Hanley off the top's going to win it. Schmutz will hang on for second. Westfall third. Cobb, Ware, and then Farmer wrapping things up. That was a great heat race. You can't ask for anything better than that in a heat race. And now it's time for our third and final heat. These guys got a lot to live up to, but Sean Grimes, the 74 car, will have the pole next to the 18 of Logan Wentz. Giovanni Mungan, 41 machine, will row 2 to the inside next to the 38 of Greg Keppel. And Larry Moody in the 73 will start all the way out back, but it's not that far. It's only position number 5. So the 141 of Giovanni Mungan, registered a couple of weeks ago, could not make last week's show. Pretty slick looking ride right there. Grimes, Wentz, one of the Full Throttle Motorsports boys. Those guys all still sporting the... oh, man. Now I just totally went blank when I got ready to say. End epilepsy. Yeah, that's what it is. End epilepsy. Had to look inside the car. Totally forgot what their repping this month is. Epilepsy Awareness Month. So we'll bunch them all up, coming down to turns 3 and 4. Newcomer to the series, Sean Grimes. So we've had 2 rookies in their first night set on the pole for a heat race. We'll see what they can do.
Green flag, green flag.
A little bit of a hesitant start there for Mr. Grimes, but he's going to get into 1 and 2 out in front. Where will he be when we come out? Well, he'll be first. And Giovanni Mungan off the bottom had second momentarily. Are we going to see another side-by-side battle for the heat race? Well, it looks like they're pacing at full speed because we are. All 5 cars under a blanket. They'll fan out 2, 3 wide. Now, Grimes will surge slightly ahead. All by himself, but Mungan's going to get a run out of 2. Not enough to pull alongside. Now we're single file top 3. The battles for 4th and 5th. Keppel's up top. Moody's on the bottom. Now a battle at the front because Giovanni Mungan able to get a run through 1 and 2. Sneaks up alongside. Will he have the lead at the line? Yes, he will with 4 to go. Larry Moody slid that in there pretty deep, and he and Wentz got together. Wentz will go to the infield. Well, all 3 of them, it looks like, are going to go in. They'll come back out. A ways behind. Moody escaped it. 3 to go that time. Top 2 have broken away. Moody still in the 3rd spot. Keppel, and then Wentz a ways back. I'm sure those drivers are going to have something to talk about at the end of this one. We're coming around to 2 to go, and here comes Grimes on the top side. He is going to try to use that momentum line and win this thing in the closing laps after giving up the lead about halfway through. White flag, and Grimes almost got there. He's got a half a car to make up. Got to get a big runner right here. Mungan with a good exit of 2. Can he get through 3 and 4? Coming to the line, Mungan by a car. Grimes, Moody, Keppel, and Wentz. So heat racing action concluded. We know they're going to give them a couple of minutes in the warm-up. But, man, if any of those heat races are an indication of what we're about to watch for 40 laps, this one's going to be really good. We've seen some good ones, but this one's going to be really good because they stayed stacked on top of one another the whole time those last 2 heat races. Guys got 4 or 5 minutes. Dylan DeWert, you got a copy?
I hear you.
All right, man. We got to watch the heat races, and if the heat races are any indication of what we're about to see in the feature, you boys are all over each other.
I mean, I don't know if I was. I got in the back of Boyd there in the first one.
well, I'm sure you watched the rest of the heats, and you saw how tightly compacted all these fields were in the heat races. Is that what you're going to expect going into the feature, that everybody's going to be racing right on top of one another?
Oh, probably, at least for a little while. I mean, I think there's a couple different lines there that could be used. So it really just depends on where these guys want to fight over real estate. I think that's what it's going to come down to. Somebody's going to find something, and everybody's going to try to, stack into that line. But I mean, that's pretty much normal. But lots of racetrack left, so we'll see what happens.
Well, you're going to have to start pretty deep in this one. What's the game plan heading out here?
I'll keep the wheels straight and keep the nose out of trouble, and just pick and choose my battles and try to be aggressive when I can be. And if it works out, cool. If not, I'll take my chances when I find them, and try to be conservative when it calls for it, I suppose.
Well, do you think we're going to get our first 2-time winner in the series, or will we go 5 for 5 and have a new winner tonight?
It's hard to say right now. I mean, there's a good chance. There's a few real good guys out here that are more than capable of doing that. So.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Good luck out there. We know you're starting pretty deep. Try to keep the wheels and stuff on it, and hopefully we get a chance to talk to you on the podium at the end.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
Dylan DeWert, everybody. Driver of the 20 car. He'll be rolling that thing. I think he'll come out for a couple of minutes and warm up. Had bad luck in his heat race, and he'll be starting pretty close to the back of this one. I bet in the last row, maybe outside the second to the last row. But we'll have to keep our eye on that 20 car for sure. Should be a fantastic one. Do not forget, this is just show number 1 tonight. We will come back at 9:30 Eastern for show number 2. Jess and Jim Steakhouse 360 Wing Sprint Cars. And I still haven't looked up where they're at. Let me do that, because I should know these things. I feel I should know these things. Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah, that's right. We're on that Pennsylvania swing still, and we're at Port Royal. So that ought to be a pretty good one. That track's pretty racy a lot of nights. If you can get it to break into 2 lanes, it can be very, very racy. Rest of the week, every night. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. ERA, Midwest Truck Series. Red Driver Mighty Midgets with Netcode Esports over there on Thursday night. Then we'll be abbreviated next week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday that I know of. And the following week, a lot of series have gone to hiatus, but we are going to have a big event. Dirt Slingers Triple Crown Showdown. Monday night will be 360 qualifying night. Tuesday will be Big Block Modified qualifying night. And Wednesday night will be the Midgets qualifying, and that'll be a pretty late show, I think, on the 4th. Then they'll do the big finale where they bring all top 20 from each one of those qualifying nights together for one big show on Saturday, December 7th. That's the next couple of weeks here. Lots and lots going on. More and more being talked about. I know Thursday night, right after you go to your trip to Fancoma, make sure you turn the Dirt Racing Network on because 9 Eastern, third annual Paul Nichols Memorial Turkey Trot 100. 100 laps of the big block modifieds from Knoxville Speedway. 60-car server will take 24 to the feature. That'll be a hosted open server. Fixed setup, all of those things. So, all right, looks like it is time for the big show. 40 laps of Rock and K Logistics Big Block Modifieds Monday Night Thunder Dirt Slingers Racing League, round number 5, Lucas Oil Speedway. Here's your starting lineup. Going to be the 32 of Anthony Morano on the pole, and he'll have the 110 of Kevin Hanley on his outside. The 141, Giovanni Mungan. Row 2 to the inside, next to Tyler Knopf in the 41. So a couple of rookies up here near the front. The 1J, Jacob Schmutz. He'll start inside row number 3 next to the 74 of Sean Grimes. Tom Ostendorf, 32 car. He occupies the inside of row number 4 next to Matt Westphal. In the 54, those teammates running right there together. Larry Moody, the 73. Inside row 5 with Garrett Boyd in the 21 on his outside. And then Patrick Cobb, the 02, and Greg Keppel in the 38, making up our 6th row. Tim Nichols, the 131, next to the 17 of Buddy Ware in row number 7. And row number 8 will be Logan Wentz, the 18 inside, and we talked to him during the warm-up session. The 20 of Dylan DeWert will occupy that outside starting spot. And your lone starter on the back row in row number 9, the 98 of Michael Farmer. Get them all rolling off, ready to go. 40 green flag laps. Halfway in the season right here tonight. Lights off on the pace truck. That means it's time to go green. Morano and Hanley going to get us started 40 times around.
Green flag.
Green flags in the air. We're underway. 2 wide, several deep, all the way through turns 1 and 2 and into turn 3. Morano snatches the lead away from Hanley. They're 3 wide behind that. Schmutz is in the middle of the sandwich. Oh, Tom Ostendorf, everybody, evasive action, good driving, all drivers, all the way back. Moody and Westphal, magnetic, can't get away from one another. Well, there's DeWert. Here comes Moody and Keppel. Do we have a caution? Caution for the first time. This started a long ways back here. This starts in the evasive maneuver section, works its way all the way down the back stretch. And Moody just gets a little sideways right there. He was trying to stay off the car on the outside, not hit the tire on the inside. He was trying to do the right thing, and it just didn't work out. They did a good job getting all that from the middle of turns 1 and 2 all the way down to turn 4 before it turned into a caution as it was. So we'll slow it down. We'll get everybody kind of grouped back up, let everybody settle in, and then give them another one of those crazy restarts. The next time we come around, we should get 1 to go. And they should start doubling up. Watch our pace truck. When the lights go out on the pace truck, that means it's time to double up and get ready for the restart. Same front row, second row, a little bit different. Michael Farmer trying to catch the back of the field here, so him and Greg Keppel. But it is time to go green. Morano once again with a good start. Jacob Schmutz through the middle of 1 and 2, and he got a good run down the backstretch. He's going to go for the lead. Middle of 3 and 4, just could not keep the momentum up. We got him stacking up behind. They're going to sort it all out. Grimes was part of that, so was Wentz. They've got it all squared away. Greg Keppel is right in the middle of it as well. Now Hanley with the slider going for the lead 3 and 4, and he left too much door open at the top. Morano tried to take advantage, but Hanley led that lap. The Cadillac man, somebody we're used to seeing win in these modified cars. And it has been a long time coming since we've seen him get to the front of one of these features and be able to fight like this. So we'll see what the 110 can do. He's got a good piece in here tonight. Morano second, Schmutz is third. But here comes Knopf on the bottom. Here comes Garrett Boyd on the bottom as well. And it looks like that bottom side starting to come back to us. Mungan through the middle of the 141. Back up to 50 side by side with Boyd. Here comes DeWert. We talked to him and he started deep. Here he comes, darting in the top 10. He's up to 8th. Around Ostendorf and into 7th momentarily. We'll see if he gets the advantage coming out of 4 right here. I think Ostendorf's going to have a big run. He takes it right back. Hanley's starting to get away from these guys. He's out to almost a second. Schmutz and Morano side by side. Tough battle right there. Little clip of the tire with that left front. Barely slowed Morano down. Now Schmutz off the top side. Finds momentum, surges ahead. He'll take second. Morano third, and Knopf around the top side trying to make some tracks. He'd like to get on the podium in his first ever venture around. Boyd 3 wide with Mungan in the middle. They are all over each other. DeWert is right in the middle of that. There's Ostendorf, Mungan, Boyd, Knopf. Pack racing. On a half-mile dirt track. And it literally looks like we're drafting right now. They're everywhere. 3 wide for 4th, 5th, and 6th. DeWert trying to make something happen. He'd like to get in there and try to race past this whole bunch. Just no lane for him to make the pass. Morano and Schmutz are still side by side. Behind that, Boyd and Knopf are side by side. Now Mungan was almost side by side with DeWert. Tom Ostendorf is right there. Patrick Cobb right there. Matt Westphal, Buddy Ware. Kevin Hanley streaking away from these guys. 2.5 seconds out in front of this battle. Mike Farmer headed to the outside, and oh no, did Keppel have a crash? Keppel and Wirtz are back here. Oh, he did. Wirtz got a little sideways, and that slowed down Tim Nichols a little bit, and 38 of Keppel just kind of spun it out right there. So we'll slow things down a little bit. That was a great run. We still got 23 laps to go. 2.5 second lead for Kevin Hanley. Absolutely evaporated. Here comes Mike Farmer trying to come out from the pits. He'll join the back of the field. Only car not on track, Larry Moody. And he probably had some damage. And Farmer trying to get back around. I'm not sure. There he goes. Yeah, it looks like he's going to. I think it might show him a lap, but he may get that back here momentarily. Pace truck getting out of the way. We're doubled back up. Same front row, just a different alignment this time. This time it's going to be Hanley on the inside, Moran on the outside. Then Schmutz and Boyd, Knopf and Mungan. DeWert up there in 7th, and he's next to Ostendorf.
Green flag.
Yeah,
green
Kevin
flag.
Hanley gets us restarted, and he was able to grab the lead. A little slider line in 1 and 2, and he is going to keep the momentum up. Where will he go? Will he take it back to the top side? It looks like he's going to Murano around the high side as well, and he'll take second back from Schmutz. Boyd is right there behind Murano. Scott King giving us the stats. Nobody's passed more cars than Kevin Hanley this season. He didn't have to pass very many tonight. He is at the front. Started on the front row, and he had a 2.5 second lead. Now he's only got a couple of car length lead. Where did Anthony Morano? Okay, Anthony Morano went to the inside. I thought he blinked out because he completely disappeared from my line of view. But he went to the bottom. Top 4 up at the top. Schmutz slid over the cushion, but he's able to get it back. Mungan wasn't able to capitalize, but Dylan DeWert up to 6th. 20 car. On to the move, picked up 11 spots already in this one. Still more work to do. We just crossed under halfway. We're going to be 18 to go this time. Hanley in low, up to the middle. Out on the top of that turn 2. Now stays all the way up in 3 and 4. Right rear tire, right in that tacky stuff up there. He is finding plenty of traction through 1 and 2 with that line. Now sets the right rear up on the flat just a little bit, and he had to wait for the car to settle. Cost him a couple of car length. Caution behind. Tom Ostendorf has a problem. And Ostendorf was running in here somewhere around 8th when all this happened. He and Westfall were together 8, 9, 10. Oh, there was a little contact in front. He caught a piece of it. Boy, and Greg Keppel is just everywhere he doesn't want to be tonight. Something happens in front of him, and he's right there. So we're going to reset it. 15 laps to go. Been a good one. Hanley, Morano, Boyd, Schmutz, DeWert, Mungan, Cobb, Ware, Wentz, Westfall, and Grimes are the top 10. Knopf, Keppel, Nichols, and Ostendorf, and then Michael Farmer, who is showing a lap down. And we should be waving. But I don't see the wave around happening for the 98 car. Larry Moody, the only car out of action. So we'll re-rack them. Get them ready to go with 15 remaining. 3 cautions. And every one of these cautions really has been more for a self-spin than a big wreck. The Larry Moody one, that was just kind of a... was a victim of circumstance more than anything. Trying to do the right thing and ended up paying the price. But the restart with 15 to go, Hanley, great jump right there. Side-by-side battle. Boyd, Morano, now DeWert's trying to get into it. He's side-by-side with Schmutz down the front stretch. Car out of shape way at the back. I think that's the 18 car back there. Got out of shape. Got it back up underneath him, though. Stays in front of Westfall. Now DeWert. clear Schmutz, and he's up to the 4th spot. He drove from the back. Now he's up here in this 2-wide battle between Morano and Boyd. Hanley still has the point, and we're cautioned again, Tim Nichols. And I think the 131 car going to have an issue. Oh, big slide out at 2 right there. Oh, he did. Oh, he did not. That was somebody else. That was Patrick Cobb. Let's see what happened to Patrick. Let's just rewind it because it didn't want to take me all the way back where I wanted to be. Oh, look at, he could not know that Buddy Ware was there, and he just got up on Buddy's nose and just caused a chain reaction. Giovanni Mungan got into that one. Nichols barely got a piece of it. The only car I saw spun out was Nichols. So that's our first serious incident right there. We'll re-rack them with 12 to go and try to get this thing locked out here. Not yet. All right. Doubled up, ready to go. Hanley, Morano on the front row. Boyd, DeWert, row 2. Schmutz and Ware, row 3. And I thought Schmutz, I don't know if he was just trying to get started and the car wiggled funny, but I thought he was going to spin out right there, coming to take the green. Good restart. They're still side by side. We got caution again behind. How did Grimes get into this? 74 car. This is going to be behind all of that. He got in there a little funky, got the car sideways. Ostendorf tried to cut low and give him room. Clipped the left rear tire. So a lot of action down in the corners, guys. Get the car a little out of shape, lose a little momentum. The guy behind him tries to let up. These cars react quickly when you do things to them, whether it's on the throttle, off the throttle, on the brakes, input some steering. They react pretty quick. And when they lose momentum, the guy behind you is going to have to take evasive action. Sometimes the guy behind him can't see all that coming, and he just gets into the guy that's trying to miss everything. So that's what we had really for all but one of these cautions. So we'll get them all settled down. Everybody will hear a little something in the receiver. We'll get them doubled up. We'll get them ready to go. Try to knock the last 11 laps out. Pace truck will make the hard right turn right there up the hill. He's out of the way. And once again, Kevin Hanley, Anthony Morano going to get us restarted with Boyd and DeWert behind that. And Ware and Schmutz. Then Westphal and Wentz, Keppel and Knopf through the top 10. Hanley once again with another good start. Through 1 and 2, he's running that same little slider line right there. They're 3 wide behind him. Morano on top. DeWert in the middle. Boyd on the bottom. Everybody fighting for a podium spot right here. Dylan DeWert is driven from the back of this field up to second. He's got 10 more laps to try to pull off the nearly impossible and drive from the back to the front. Morano up on the top, a little slip there. He may have a run and take third away from Boyd. But it is Dylan DeWert showing the skill tonight. Started 16th. He is now running second. Him and his teammates side by side. Now they get nose to tail. Laps starting to click off. We're going to be 6 to go this time by. Hanley, DeWert, Morano, Boyd is fourth, and we get a caution. I think Tim Nichols has had a major issue this time. I don't know. Maybe somebody in front of him did something. Found a little fence on the front stretch. He's going to miss the whole corner backwards. No, not a big major issue. I thought he might have hit something pretty hard. He didn't. He just got turned so far sideways that it triggered a caution. That means we're going to get a 6-lap shootout. And Kevin Hanley's going to have to give us a restart once again. Most cautions for any race this season right here tonight. And it started off so promising in the heat races. Amazing action. We've just seen a lot of guys, slick track. She starts to get dry slick, and it's a big handful. Get down there, and sometimes you can't give it enough gas, or you can't take enough throttle away from it to get the car to stop rotating or doing what it's doing, and you're just along for the ride. So we're inside 10 to go. We're going to be single file on the restarts. A lot of space between cars.
Green flag, green flag.
Hanley with a good start. Morano to the bottom, trying to work his teammate over. Couldn't get it there. Boyd and Schmutz in behind. Buddy Ware in 6th. Logan Wentz is 7th. Then Keppel, Westfall, and Knopf. We're going to go back here because Hanley's going to have to fight him off. A wave lap that time by. Will be 4 to go coming out of 4. And Garrett Boyd making a little bit of a run here. Is he going to go after Morano, or is he going to wait and save it to the last couple of laps? I thought he might try to do something there in 1 and 2. Dylan DeWert with the drive of the night in his heat race, got into the back of the 21 car, hurt the car, had to take it straight to the pits. Comes out in the feature, starts at the back, and with 2 to go, he was very, very close to being able to pull alongside the 110. Kevin Hanley out of 4. White flag, and no matter what happens now, the race will end. Hanley way out front that time. DeWert trying to hang on. It ain't going to matter if he can get through 3 and 4. Kevin Hanley is going to make it 5 for 5 in the series. Hanley goes to victory lane. DeWert 2nd, Morano 3rd, Boyd and Schmutz 4 and 5. 5 races, 5 winners. Get the boys around on the front stretch. We're going to talk to them all. A little teammate action. He's going to give him a little business right there. Big thumbs up. All right, let's get him in here. Winner on the season tonight, he's going to finish 3rd, and I think if I ask him and he tells me honestly, that was a lot of work just to get a podium out of here. Anthony Morano, tough race tonight.
Yeah, Kevin was on a rail out there tonight, huh? Jesus, he was fast.
Well, you know, I ask your teammate in between the last heat race and this feature, do you think we're going to go 5 for 5 and have 5 different winners in 5 different weeks? And he said, man, it's hard to tell. There's so many fast guys in here. And I think Kevin Hanley took the challenge, and he just decided you guys were just not going to get him.
Yeah, he really had that car dialed in pretty good there, and I tried. I gave it what I had, but yeah, I couldn't catch him, and then had a pretty good race there with DJ for a little bit, and then I was going out with Garrett. So, I mean, I had a lot of fun, just not didn't quite have what I needed tonight. I was spinning the tires a little bit, so I have to figure something out for next week.
Well, as a former series champion, and it's been a little bit here. The level of competition seems to have raised in this series drastically this season.
Yeah, it's definitely this used to be a league where it was more of a relaxed, few of the FTM guys and I would come in here, we'd have a good time and just race with everybody. And now it's getting to the point where you got to come in here and actually do some work and get the car set up right. And it's a little more tedious work to try to stay up front here. I know me and DJ are actually pretty close in points, so yeah, so we'll keep plugging away. And I know Kevin's probably right up there with us. He's been having a pretty strong season, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, well, if you don't have to work for it, it ain't worth having, right?
That's the truth.
All right, man, some shout-outs and thank yous before we let you get out of here and start working on your 360 program.
Taking a night off from 360's got some other stuff to do. I had a seizure this morning, so I'm kind of a little beat up, so taking a night off. But
understandable.
Yeah. I thank my wife Sherry, the boys at FTM, Super Dirt Car, Hi Mom Lens, Swan Speed Shop, DJ Sim Shop, Expert Installation, Casper Flagstone, MDI TV, GripHack.com, Roger, you, and everybody here at Dirt Slingers for putting this on and doing a broadcast.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on another great night of racing, and we'll look forward to seeing you back next Monday night, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir.
That is Anthony Morano finishing in third, and now the drive of the night. He only fails to pick up one spot and making it probably the drive of the season at this point. But Dylan Dort, you started at the back. We talked to you between the heat races and the feature, and you came out here and almost took this thing. Hanley just a tad quicker at the end.
Yeah, it was one of those things where there wasn't a whole lot of choices on the track left. If I probably would have had a better shot if I had a double vial restart there, but I took advantage of as many of those as we had. So ran out of time. He was definitely doing something a little different. I was trying to figure out what would be a alternate route just to carry the speed to try to give him a run, but I think I found one. It's just not enough time. But yeah, track was a lot of fun. It was pretty technical, and the car was great. So,
well, I ask your teammate because you've both been champions of the series, and this season it seems like the level of competition is just another step up from where it has been. Does that make it a lot more fun? I know it makes it more challenging, but does it make it a lot more fun when you know you're going to come out here and you're really going to have to work to get a win in this series?
I mean, yeah. I know I'm not going to win them all, and I even know I try. But with that being said, I'm here for the competition. I don't need to win every time. I have way more fun, racing from the back or racing in a pack, and just the tight stuff is what I like. I think it's a lot of fun. Makes it turns it into something entirely different. You don't want to sit up front all the time and win them. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. I like driving to the front. So tonight was a lot of fun.
I was going to say, then tonight you must have had a blast out there because tough luck in your heat race. You start 16th, you come home second. That definitely is the drive of the night, and that could be the drive of the year in the series. So give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate, buddy.
All the boys at FTM, and to the ones that came out to play tonight. Glad that we had a good race, finished pretty good. Congratulations to Kevin. It was a pretty good race. He deserved it. Dean with Super Dirt Car, Bombs Tech Services, Swan Speed Shop, you, Roger, for making us look good, and the Slingers in general. Thanks for giving us a great place to run. We appreciate it.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on another great night. We'll look forward to seeing you next week, sir.
Have a good one. Thanks, Roger.
Dylan DeWart finishing in that second spot, and now been a long time since we talked to him in Victory Circle. But Kevin Hanley, smooth sailing tonight, buddy.
Yeah, it's been a little while. That was a fun one, though. That was a good one.
Yeah, seemed like, you started up front, and it just seemed like the car was really good for you all night long. You kind of go where you wanted, and you kind of found that little slider in 1 and 2, and then run right on the top in 3 and 4, and you had 2.5 seconds at one point. I didn't think if we got a caution, I thought you might have won by, half a lap. But after that, it seemed like everybody was able to kind of hold on. Were you saving a little just to make sure you had enough at the end to secure the victory?
Yeah, I was hoping that thing would go, run 30 laps green at the end there because, I was feeling real good. Yeah, it's just tough once you get in the sequence of cautions. You don't want to throw it up top quite as hard because you never know if it's still going to be there. So I feel like the cautions probably slowed me down a little bit. Being careful in 3 and 4 takes a few laps to get back into the rhythm. But yeah, that slider line in 1 and 2 was really working. I was kind of surprised. I thought the track would probably be, top both ends of the speedway the whole night, but there's just a lot of grip right in the middle coming off. So that's, you just had to hit that to make speed.
Well, it seems like you've had a pretty good season so far this season, and you're going to make it 5 for 5 different winners. We're halfway. We haven't had a repeat winner. That's got to say something about how tough it is to win a race in this series.
Oh, absolutely. It's a real competitive field of drivers. I haven't been qualifying well this season, and haven't been able to make all that much ground in the features. It's been tough. If you start up front, pretty much regardless of who starts up front, they're going to be fast. They're going to be tough to pass. Real stacked field of drivers this year.
Well, an awesome run, man. Shout-outs, thank yous, and we will let you go pop the cork.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to thank yourself and Larry for running the league this year, putting it on, and the Dirt Racing Network for always putting on the broadcast. It's always fun to watch. Thank you.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats again. I will look forward to seeing you next week.
Sounds good. Thanks.
That is the Cadillac man, Kevin Hanley, picking up the win. He makes it 5 for 5. We do not have a repeat winner this season in this series. That alone says a ton about the competition level in this series, and that is amazing. So, having said that, having talked to all the drivers, a quick look at our results. Oh, I don't know what happened right there. There we go. That's out of here. Hanley, DeWert, and Morano, 1, 2, 3. Boyd in 4th, Schmutz is 5th. Ware 6th. Wentz was 7th. Keppel 8th. 9th Westfall. Knopf in 10th. Cobb 11th. Ostendorf 12th. And Tom ran really good early in this and then faded towards the end. He was up there battling in the top 5. Faded late. Giovanni Mungan 13th. Grimes 14th. Nichols 15th. Farmer was 16th. Moody 17th. That rounded out the field. Larry Moody with an early exit. I don't know. I think he got damage on the car, but that was just a unfortunate series of incidents that caused him to have to get out of this thing early. Another great race from these guys. They do a great job. This group is so much fun to watch. I know they had 5 or 6 cautions tonight, but most of those were self-spins, just slick track, and some guys just aren't as adept at handling the slick track, so you're going to get a few cautions out of that, but no repeat winners in 5 races. Parity at its finest in a great racing series. So big thank you to all the drivers. I want to thank you guys for being here. Without you, there's no reason for us to do it. Without all the awesome leads giving us great racing like you saw right here in show number 1. Nothing for us to cover. Everybody's going to get a pat on the back for that. If you can't be with us here in about, let's call it 25 minutes, make sure you tune in tomorrow night for ERA at 8:30 Eastern. Otherwise, come back and join us here in about 30 minutes, 25, 30 minutes. Be show number 2, Jess and Jim's Steakhouse 360 Wing Sprint Cars. They will be at Port Royal, and we will go live about 5 minutes into their practice session. They'll go racing about 9:45 Eastern time, so make sure you tune in for that. If you can't come back, once again, we appreciate you being here. We'll see you very soon.